less than a month away now from primary runoff election day here in Oklahoma, when you, the voters, decide who they want to represent their party on the ballot. One race is catching a lot of attention this time around. It's
the Republican runoff for State Superintendent of Schools. With rebuilding Oklahoma education being a top priority for state leaders, right now, News 4's Spencer Humphrey sat down with both men vying for the job. His full, in-depth sit-down interview will air tomorrow at 6:30 on The Breakdown.
But tonight, he gives us a look at some of the topics.
Republican voters have two choices for state superintendent in next month's runoff: James Taylor or Robert Franklin. Taylor is a Norman-based pastor.
So I've been in the ministry now since 1977.
But for nearly 2 decades, he's also been a public school teacher, teaching high school U.S. history in both Oklahoma City and Little Axe public schools. He's suing the Oklahoma City School District for firing him after he refused to wear a mask during the COVID-19 pandemic.
So teaching is teaching to me. Whether I'm teaching the Bible or whether I'm teaching the First Amendment is teaching. And that's one of the things that I bring into this, that I understand what's going on in the classroom.
Robert Franklin has been in public education for nearly 50 years. Starting out as a special ed teacher, he's worked his way up to high school principal, then associate superintendent in Sand Springs. He spent 14 years on the executive leadership team at Tulsa Tech, then becoming a professor for OU Tulsa's education program. He also spent 6 years as the chair of the state's virtual charter school board.
From the educational side of it, I'm very familiar with the work. We need to have someone who knows how to bring stakeholders to the table, rebuild and re-support that State Department of Education, get that kind of support out to educators.
This year, the state legislature passed a bill aimed at recreating the education turnaround the state of Mississippi has experienced. It adds funding for things like reading specialists and also requires third graders be held back if they're not reading at grade level. Both candidates say it's a fantastic start.
This is a good thing. Additional resources, high expectations, those types of things are celebrated by all educators.
It was Oklahoma's plan, but our legislators began to gut it and take the pieces out. Now they're putting them back in. So that's a positive.
They also agree on where they think it's lacking.
Third grade retention is a place of dysfunction if we're not careful. Those things should be happening far, far sooner than that.
We say we want our kids to be reading at grade level at third grade. I think it's too late by then. I think they need to be reading at grade level in first grade.
They begin to differ, though, when it comes to what they see as the biggest challenges facing public education.
I think there's a couple of things that are really important for our state and our people to understand, and that is teachers are the solution, not the problem, number one. Secondly, we don't have enough of them, and we have to begin to rebuild that pipeline.
The classroom management is lacking, and that is a critical aspect of what happens in our classrooms. That's one of my strengths, is classroom management, and I plan on reproducing myself through the technology that we have so that we can improve in that area.
They also differ when it comes to the culture war arguments that seem to be front and center in public schools lately. Taylor believes the Bible not only belongs in classrooms, but that teaching from it should be deeply woven into public school curriculum.
We're not teaching Buddha history or Islamic history or any of those type of things. This is America. And so our law is the way our nation came into existence, how it came into existence, all came from Judeo-Christian principles. All you got to do is use original documents. And so that's the way in history class.
On the flip side, while Franklin doesn't have a problem with Bibles being in the classroom,
I've had a Bible on my desk ever since I first started teaching.
He says public school teachers aren't qualified to do the work he says belongs to parents and trusted faith leaders.
There are many opportunities for people to have Bibles in schools, but in regard to saying, is that the responsibility of our educators? And the answer is no. That is a very, very intimate place of faith.
Both men agreed former State Superintendent Ryan Walters' inflammatory rhetoric and public battles with people he disagreed with politically were wrong.
It was terribly unnecessary, terribly unnecessary. You don't have to see eye to eye with people on policies and on advocacy. No, what I do is you say, where are you? Let's meet you where you are, and we try and elevate from there.
Whenever you start resorting to name calling, that means you've run out of substance. And so that's just not my style.
That in mind, we wanted to ask Taylor about his campaign spokesperson, a former Ryan Walters staffer who routinely calls people derogatory names on social media, including a slur for intellectually disabled people and a slur for gay people.
Here he is on X telling someone you must be gay. Here he is on X calling someone a slur for gay people that starts with the letter F.
But before we could, that spokesperson stepped in and cut our interview short.
James, let's go. Good. We're done.
And tomorrow on The Breakdown, we'll have 2 in-depth stories detailing my full conversations with both men. We'll show you what happened next after Taylor's spokesperson told us the interview would be over. I'll also have what he said when I asked him about his choice to spread a many times debunked hoax that public schools are giving litter boxes to students who identify as furries. We'll also have what Robert Franklin had to say to claims some have been making that he's not a real Republican and that he supports growing so-called diversity, equity, and inclusion policies. I'll have those full reports tomorrow on The Breakdown starting at 6:30 on News 4.
All right, Spencer, and those stories will air on The Breakdown Wednesday at 6:30, as you heard. If you don't want to wait until then to see those 2 stories, you can watch both right now at KFOR.com.